I know when Nadia, I only have my only advice to you is just to learn your worth, man. Not everybody's with you, not everybody's for you, and
And that's already overstood. That's what, because it's like when I first started being around them, and I said this in my video, my first time being around them, I was looking for like friends and da da da, like tight like a
I
booty
just not
hole.
hear y'all.
But then it's like when certain shit kept playing out, and I'm starting to realize who really there and who really not. Then it's like, okay, now I'm going in with my eyes open. It's like we cool, we cordial, but it's not like type shit. Like we not friends. Like we just co-workers at its best, and that's totally fine. Because again, we all work with each other. Do we got to be friends tight like a booty hole? No. But is there any like? There's no reason to sit and be beefed up with nobody, especially if we work with each other. So I understand what you're saying, learn your worth, da 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 da. But I mean, I lived and I learned, and now I just know who I can be tight with and who I can't. So it ain't even on that type of tip for real.
Yeah, you still young, so you got a lot of worth. I mean, a lot of learning to do, Nadia. Nobody's here to judge you, but to make fun about somebody's miscarriage is outrageous, especially because
Who?
that was your blood at one point and things like that. So I just personally feel as though like it just goes to show like if somebody's
Wait, what
willing to
is you
scoop
talking
that,
about?
can't
Oh,
making
you
fun
talking
of your
about? Oh, oh,
miscarriage.
oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh.
So if somebody can go that low with you, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like damn. But it's just like to even allow people to go that low with you, and you're supposed to be friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah. That's just how I feel. Now, truth being told, it's like yeah, you said something about y'all ain't gotta be as tight as a booty hole, whatever it is. Cool. Now, I, why does that image keep getting put out there though?
What?
Like y'all just like this, but behind closed doors, if y'all do fall out, your miscarriage is being brought up and this, that, and like I'm just a little confused.
So wait, so what are you trying to say? Like, what are you asking?
Why sit with fake love when you can sit with real love?
Is real love weirdo? Like, what do you mean?
Real love like Oreo.
Mm.
Why sit with fake love when you can sit with real love? Like
Okay,
for
but
example,
where
he's
am
real
I
love.
sitting? Like you saying like I'm going back to Influencer City,
Oh,
Kumbaya,
I didn't say that.
like
That was Oreo words.
right. So, but you asking why am I sitting and doing all this, loving them again and doing all this shit with them again, and I'm not doing with Ori, right?
I mean, basically, yeah.
I mean, it's just some shit like, okay, so it's like, that's like you, okay. So let's say you being around somebody and it's like, yeah, like we not tight like a booty hole. So it's like your expectations for that person not as high. So it's like you kind of expect them to sit and fuck up and da da da. Cause at the end of the day, we not friends. We not doing what me and Ori doing. Y'all not staying at my house. Y'all not knowing me on a higher than a surface level. So it's like expectations already low. Like you don't owe me shit. Cause at the end of the day, we're just co-workers. Versus when it's someone like Ori who's doing all this shit, she's at my house and we vented to each other and we know each other on like above surface level. Then it's like when you start doing shit, it's like yeah, you just held to a higher standard because at the end of the day we were friends. Versus associates and a coworker, then it's like that's two different things. Because it's like, are you doing shit? But at the end of the day, it's not tolerated. But I mean, you just a associate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, by all means, I do understand the part when you say like we're not friends, we just have to work with each other for the money and things like that. So that I totally understand. So I don't know, but that just seemed like where your friend is hurt at, aka Oreo. It seemed like she just don't like the fact that you keep allowing people that hurt you back into your life.
Right.
And a
Okay.
real friend, and let me also say this: a real friend will express to you that's how they feel, and
Mm-hmm.
then that bothers them. I think sometimes you should honestly just sit your real friend down, like, "Hey, I understand that bothers you, but this is where I'm coming from. Understand, da 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 da." And if y'all can't see eye
Okay,
to eye
so
about it,
hold
it's
on.
time to depart ways.
All right, so this is when I referred, but I'm just gonna name drop because I think you already know what I'm talking about. But this was back. Okay, so you're basically saying like, okay, me going back to the same people that hurt me just to work. That's understandable, but it's like, or you were gonna sit and have a sit down with a female that brought up y'all personal business on live, like y'all both went back and forth on live, and you
Oh,
still
okay.
was gonna do a sit down for the business, for the money, and you said that. And what did I tell you? I sat in your face and I told you, now don't be her friend, but if y'all want to sit and keep it business and get the money together, that's totally understandable. But going back to trusting them and being as tight, I really don't think that's best for you. But when it's me, you want to sit and act like, oh, I'm just hurting you and da 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 da. But when the shoes was flipped, I handled it more on a mature level. I tried to get where you was coming from. I never bashed you for trying to doing what you wanted to do. I never got on the internet and say you hurt me for wanting to go back to an old friend. That's what all I was trying to say. Never brought up an abortion. I just wanted you to realize all this shit that you're trying to point out and say that you so hurt about me doing, you was in the same predicament. Whether you sat down in front of a camera or not, it was still in the back of your mind because you understood. Business is business, money is money, but being tight again will never happen because you cross certain lines, and that's just that.
Mm.
That's all I'm trying to get at.
Now
It's
that
just the
part, that
whole.
part, I can see where you coming from with that. I can see where you coming from with that. That part,
Mhm.
I could totally understand where you coming from with that. But I think her point is that she didn't link up with them. That's the thing that's the big difference.
Right, and I
Okay,
totally
so
understand that. Whether
okay,
you
I get
agree
what
with
you're
that or
saying,
not,
but
but at
like
the
I
end of the
said, like
day,
I
you knew
didn't
why you
do
was
it. It
gonna
was a
do it.
thought, but then I realized like, damn, like I'm not finna, I'm not finna double back on that, and I didn't. So it just like you're kind of doing what you told me not to do.
So I told you not to link with the girl.
Like you're like what you
No,
just
answer the
did.
question. It's cool though, but like I told you not to link with her. Or did I tell you you can go and you can go
No, like
be
I'm
about your
saying,
business and get your money? Just okay. Okay. Don't get on here lying now. Don't get on here
child, you not
lying.
getting what I'm saying. Like
Okay, so like, what do you mean though? So like, he told
I
you not
didn't
to
do it,
link
and
with
it
the
was
girl.
a thought, and then it was a thought, and then when I processed, and I'm like, okay. Matter of fact, no, I'm not finna do it. Boom.
Mm.
And I told you, I was like, I don't think, I even said, you don't need them. I'm encouraging you. You don't need
We're
them.
not
That's
talking
what I
about that.
keep telling you. You
We talking
don't
about
need
your
them. That's all I'm
situation.
telling you. You don't need them. You're her.
Mm.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you're Nadia J. Like, you can make all this shit pop off. And
Okay,
then,
we
like,
referring back to your situation though. Like you keep trying
but
to see how
why
you
though?
keep
And
trying to flip it to me.
this is before anything. This is old. Like,
Okay.
this is old though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying, but I didn't do it though.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Nadia, you think I should? You was like, I mean, it's good business wise, da 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 da. I was like, yeah, you right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I see
And
somebody
then what
like,
happened?
and then I see
Hold on.
somebody like, cool. And I was
Right.
like, matter of fact,
Don't
nah.
do it. Right.
I was like,
Okay.
matter of fact, nah. And that's what made me, I didn't do it. So it's
Right.
like,
Because not because you learned your morals. Thank you for clearing that up. Because earlier you said because you learned your morals and da 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 da. No. It's because you seen that she was double backing with your ex after she was just going to do business with you. And he was like, nah, that was your clarification to not do it with her.
Exactly. And I
Now it's
didn't do,
time
and I was like, but the
right.
thing is, I was
Cool.
already
But you was
overthinking,
just
should
gonna
I
do the
do
same
I was
shit. That's
but I
the
wasn't
moral of the
but I was
story.
overthinking. I'm like, damn, should I do it or not though? Like I'm
Mm.
already in that right there when she went back, I was like, all right, cool.
That
That's
was the
another
answer. You
clarification
didn't
right
do it.
there. So that's
Facts.
but I didn't do it
Facts.
though. Yeah, it was a thought
Facts.
in my mind and I asked you for advice for it and you gave me advice. Cool.
Right.
Exactly. It
Right.
was I was like, okay, cool. And I took, you know?
But don't try and do all this other shit about trying to put me out like you hurt when you was just gonna do the same shit. Whether you did it or not, you was in the same headspace. Yo, it's just the fact of she
Mhm.
did something you didn't like. So that was your clarification. Nobody ever did something when I'm in the midst of thinking of going back. Nobody ever did something that made me want to fall back. That was the only difference. But again, don't try to knock me for doing something
But
if
like
you was in the same
I
headspace
don't
not that long
know.
ago.
I don't know. I feel like I don't
That's
know.
just me though. Shit, let me know if I'm wrong, Mark.
I I I'm gonna be honest. I get where you're coming from in that situation. I totally do. But it's just like actions does speak louder than words. And in that situation, it's not like she actually did link up with them, but she definitely did have the same mindset that you had when you came to linking up with them. So in that situation, she didn't do it, but she still did have that type of mind.
Hmm.
Um,
And I would never like, yeah, I had that type of mind, and I was like, all right, cool. And I
mhm.
didn't do it though. Like, I'm not gonna say I didn't like have the thought, cause I did. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have a sit down talk with the girl, da 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 da. Da.
Mhm.
And then that shit popped up, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Now somebody
Right.
just
But
said
if she
somebody
was never caught with Arion, you would have did it.
maybe not. I don't know.
Okay.
Nah.
mm. Now,
But it didn't happen though. So like, you know.
Right.
me honestly, I think it's just certain limits to certain things in life,
Mm-hmm.
and it like don't get me wrong, making fun of somebody abortion is one thing, but when you're trolling somebody's miscarriage is another. And that just goes to show like I don't know what's worse, but I think the miscarriage is worse. Especially for the same person that be like, I'm gonna get somebody to slap the shit out you, or I'm gonna get my sister to beat you up. It's like to me, once you talk about wanting to put your hands on me, we can never go back and we can never be friends. Cause every time I see you, I'm gonna either get my sister to beat you up or I'm gonna end up beating your brother up every time I see him. It's never gonna be no, you feel me? Like I don't really get that because I'll never trust you. Like it's not about to give, oh, y'all
Right,
gonna
and
be
that's the
cool
whole
with
point,
me.
though. You're not supposed to go back and rekindling or whatever the fuck. You're not supposed to go back trusting. It's just like, okay, I see how you move, and I'm just gonna keep you at an arm's length. But at the end of the day, it's just we always gonna be
Nadia,
around each
but you
other.
be flirting with Cam though a little bit though. Like y'all be
Oh no,
flirting and all that.
we talking about trusting.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you a question. Why you just never got your brother to beat Cam up?
They in two different cities. My brother ain't never been in Houston.
He could come to Houston.
Mm-mm.
I'm
My
just
brother got
confused.
my. I'm
Like
just
your
saying,
brother
like,
plays
if
sports
it
and
was
everything.
that, you're right. But it's just like my brother got a whole child. He can't just up and go to Houston whenever I do. Cause I up and go. I don't give no plan out. I just up and go. My brother got a whole child. He not finna up and go 4 hours away. But I mean, if it was ever that, my brother would go.
Okay, yeah, no, I really don't care about them being on my top. I don't care. I just didn't
Cool.
understand that. It was just like, damn, once my nephew get involved and or niece or whatever it is, I'm straight just gonna find you. Like I don't know, but listen, you shouldn't want to put harm's way in your brother's perspective. Like you shouldn't want to put harm's way when it comes to your brother. So that I understand. But it's just like, damn, sometimes I forget that you do have a brother. And it's like, damn, especially if somebody say I'm gonna get my sister to slap you, I would have like, let me call my brother then. Like it ain't gonna give that. Like you be going to Houston like you don't got no siblings.
Mm-hmm. What does me going to Houston got anything to do with my siblings though?
No, what I'm saying is that these people be saying that they're going to get you beat up and jumped.
But have they?
No, but the thing about it
Okay.
is they
So
had
what's
that
the need of
mindset.
calling my brother if it ain't never happened?
Well, Nadia, you don't interfere though, so that's it's like you sometimes pick and choose.
What you
Like
mean?
I'll hear them say, "Oh, I'm gonna get somebody to slap you," and you don't
Mhm.
say, "Who you gonna get the slap? Get him,
So,
get him."
oh,
Like you don't say none of that. You just like
hold
brush it
on.
off.
I turned around. I asked who, but they said she wasn't on that, so I dropped it and kept on walking. Then Cam turned and he was like, "Nah, I'm just talking. I'm just talking."
Okay, so
Don't do that.
what about Lexi?
Who is Lexi? What she say?
Lexi, you know who Lexi is, girl. You just said she
Yeah,
got a whole
yeah, yeah,
baby
yeah.
she need
What
to
she
worry
say?
about.
What
You
she
said
say?
what?
What did she say?
She, she said she got her money on Oreo if it come down to it.
What the fuck does that got to do with me though? Like, what do you? I mean, I'm confused. She
I don't
texted
know.
me saying she was just kidding. Like, I'm
Oh, she texted
confused.
you saying she was just
She was
playing?
just kidding. I said, yeah, okay.
Oh, Lexi. Girl.
Like, I'm
Lexi,
not
come on,
understanding what's trying to
Lex.
be plot. Nobody gonna take my whole card.
Y'all should know that though.
Oh, Lexi, come on, girl. You can't be going around saying those stuff like that and
Like,
then you
it's just
getting
certain shit
control it.
people expect me to feel hit about. I'm never gonna feel hit about it. Like, okay, you said that. I said something. You text me saying you was playing. So at the end of the
Mm,
day, what's really there to feel hit about?
mm.
So